Slightly different setting today for recording of the video. My friends, welcome to my office. Today we're going to be talking about two topics, main topics. One is about my conversation with two people from Haval on the topic of fixing the electronic lane keep assist issues with my car and a few of the other things. And second one, hopefully a little bit more entertaining, but still with the intent of informing my audience about what's happening with our community and about the trolls. Yeah, what I do with the trolls, what type of trolls you might encounter in the comments. So if you're interested in this second half, please stay till the end. Otherwise, just listen to the first half of the video, give the video a like, and thank you for watching. Alright, so first of all, I always assume positive intent from you as a commenter to my videos, unless you are an explicit troll that we will talk about in the second half of the video. It's very important. So if you are one of the friends of the channel and if you are providing genuine information that you kind of present as if you know what you're talking about, I usually welcome it. But I've been a little confused kind of over this past week, because some of you have told me repeatedly that first of all, electronic lane keep assist system, the wrestling of the car is not an issue. It is an issue. And secondly, that Dmitry, what do you keep ranting about? They have a fix available. There are some apparently articles on drive.com.au that I couldn't find, the ones that talk about Haval rolling out software update and all this kind of stuff that's going to fix everything under the sun. Okay, framing that main topic with this premise, yeah, with this prefix, so to speak. I spoke to two people in Haval. I spoke first to a person who was very lovely. Both of them were lovely. And that person was taking bookings for car service. And I spoke to him, let's call him Gerald, it's not his name, and he was genuinely lovely, genuinely very pleasant man. And he said to me several things which I think are of importance to you if you're considering to buy a Haval vehicle, or are you an owner and you're concerned with this whole ELK thing. So listen to me very carefully. So Gerald said to me that he's not aware of any software package that's being rolled out across Australia, at the very least, that is going to fix lane keep assist system or make it remember the setting. He's not aware of it. Okay? So those of you who are saying that it's available, you are misled, or you are broadcasting some information that has been presented poorly, and you're not doing anyone a service by not validating it yourself. I'm not blaming you because you heard it somewhere, so you're telling me. Unless you're a troll. But in all honesty, I've been a bit disappointed because that information is not applicable, is invalid, at least for Australia. They don't have a software package to be rolled out onto our cars, onto our Havals, Haval Jolion, Haval H6. At the very least, I'm not talking about GWM, Canon, Ute, I'm talking about Haval vehicles. They don't have it. Nothing is going to fix it, at least according to Gerald. Okay? That's the first thing. Secondly, Gerald also expressed an opinion, and I don't blame him for it, that's his opinion. He says, look, I believe that the whole not remembering the lane keep assist system being off setting, it is part of the requirement of the Australian 5-star ANCAP rating. I do not believe that personally, and Gerald didn't seem, it's an opinion, I don't think it's a fact. Why? Because MG is also ANCAP rated 5-star, and they can turn off lane keep assist and it stays turned off, which is fantastic. Now, what he said to me, which was a little bit more factual and informative, is that they're also servicing Ford Australia. That is for you, my bogan friends, who are bashing Chinese brands because you drive a purple Ute, yeah, somewhere in Central Coast. Good on you. So apparently purple Utes from Central Coast, they are also susceptible to the same freaking thing, at least according to Gerald. So apparently people who have complained about lane keep assist system and wanted it to be turned off, you cannot turn it on off, at least according to Gerald, yeah, from the service center, and at least at this present day and time. So Haval and Ford is having a similar issue if we believe these facts. Now, I spoke to another person as a follow-up. It would have been a long rant and a long story if I explained to you how I went from Gerald to, let's call her Mary. It's not her real name. She was double lovely. Like, Gerald was pleasant, was a very pleasant man. But Mary was something else. She was what customer service person from GWM Haval, and specifically the dealership that I'm dealing with, that's what what those people should be like. And I wish I wasn't violating privacy if I said what her real name was and addressed anyone there who is not a troll and who actually works for GWM in Australia and Haval, to give her some form of bonus, because she is fantastic. So she followed up on my inquiry about the whole service schedule. She fixed it for me, and she also tried to understand and address the situation with this wrestling situation with the electronic lane keep assist system. She also was not aware of any software package being available. So that's two people from Haval haven't heard about it. Yeah, so stop deluding yourselves if you believe that something like this exists. Thank you very much. And secondly, she said that she booked me in for a free diagnostic, basically on warranty. And she said, look, the best we can do is take the car for the day, give you a free car to drive around in between. That was lovely of her as well. And she said, we just need to diagnose, maybe the sensors are off, maybe something else is off in the car that is causing that wrestling. Because according to her, as I said to you, when I'm indicating the desire to turn, the car should not resist that at all, full stop. The system should go off as soon as I'm indicating the desire to turn. Okay, fair enough, wrestle me if I'm trying to switch the lanes without indicating. Fair enough. Queensland bogans are going to be really, really disappointed with this because they never indicate. It's just, they probably get their Queensland driver's permit taken away if, God forbid, a police officer notices them indicating, because they don't indicate, okay? But I live in Sydney and I'm actually a very good driver, so I do indicate. So, you know, that is my problem, right? I indicate, the car wrestles me. I am surprised. So Mary basically booked me in for that. And I'm going to, once that diagnostic happened, I will check in again, because however small proportion of my audience are into Haval and even are alerted by these issues that I have been highlighting, there is still an audience for this information. I firmly believe that, and I always welcome to speak with people in the comments down below. I also do not want to discourage the well-wishers, as I refer to them as well-wishers, those people who try to provide their view and thoughts that there must be some sort of software update, blah, blah, blah. That's cool, my friends, that's cool. Just stop talking in absolutist terms like you know something, because you don't, okay? You don't. And if you do, please provide some sort of factual information that I can again cross-check against talking to two people who work there, okay? Awesome, I hope this was useful. So if you're not into the troll breakdown of our community and what's going to happen with the community going forward, then this is your stop. Thank you very much for watching. Give the video a like. And if you are interested to keep listening to me, make yourself another cup of tea and let me tell you about 3 types of trolls that have emerged recently in my comments. It kind of like they've been in comments for a long time, right? And I banned so many people, you have no idea, because people think that this is some sort of a public forum. They think that this place is treated as if they pay some taxes and they can come out onto the city square and start talking rubbish. It's not. It's a private club. I invite people, I uninvite people. By default, everyone is invited. As soon as you violate community guidelines, to my discretion, I am a sole owner of this, you are out. The bouncer is gonna bounce you out. Repeatedly, keep making new accounts, I'll repeatedly bounce you out. Doesn't matter to me. So, 3 types of trolls, and I'm not isolating just a general Chinese product hating stupid troll, because that is like a baseline level. That is always there. It doesn't deserve its own category. It's like every troll to an extent belongs to that category, yeah? What do I do with them? Wasn't I clear? I banned them immediately. I engaged with them earlier, tried to like do some witty retorts back at them, but I think it just entertains them. So now I just, as soon as I see the comment, and right now I'm looking at automation of that, so it will be deletion of those comments and banning of these people soon enough, hopefully, is going to be happening automatically. But while it's not, I thought that I need to talk to my good part of the community and explain how to identify those trolls and not to engage with them, because you're talking to a dead person. You're waiting until the person digitally becomes dead, like I'm gonna remove them. So there is no point. There is no point to engage with that dead man walking kind of stuff. Do you see the quotes that I'm saying here? Yeah, excellent. Now, first type of the troll is the troll that pretends to be an Indian troll. I don't know, maybe they are genuinely from India, maybe they are just trying to pretend to be Indian because they have these very Indian names. They sometimes make some cultural assertions as if, you know, they eat curry and stuff like this, and that is something that not for me to judge, but they are trying too hard to look Indian, essentially, to me, right? I am not tolerating any racial comments, anything whatsoever, but in this case, I'm just trying to be descriptive. They are trolls from India, Indian trolls, okay? And they try to make me try Mahindra. Apparently, that's their trollish comment, like stop driving your Chinese rubbish, drive Mahindra. Stop driving your Chinese rubbish, drive Mahindra. They are trolls. That's the first dead man walking category that I want you to be aware of as my well-wishers, as good part of the community. Do not feed them, do not engage with them. They have maximum of a few hours shelf life. They're going to be deleted. Then they're going to click on my video again as another account, earn me a little bit of revenue, pay for my coffee. They don't understand that they're helping me, and I'm going to delete them again, and they're going to do it again. That's how it works. Second type of the troll that you need to look out for and be aware of. This type of troll are people who pretend to work for GWM Haval Australia. They are few, but they are prominent. I do not know if they're for real, for just poorly organized people who do not know how to present themselves professionally, and they actually work for Haval GWM. Keep in mind, it's like with Indian trolls. I can't validate that they're for real, and I can't validate that the second type also belongs to GWM Haval. But be aware of those people trying to crowd control, let's say. If I post something that's negative about GWM Haval, like say dealership centers, say electronic lane keep assist system that sucks, they try to put something polite like, Dmitry, we love what you're doing with the brand, we would like to work with you and resolve this issue. It is believable because you would think that someone tries to do this very cheap, the no substance, no follow-up tactic of trying to, for just an average Joe and Jane who are passing by, it will be like, hey, content creator reports an issue and GWM Haval were nice enough to respond. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the goal that they seem to be trying to achieve. And because I have no other information, assumptions are allowed in this particular case. This type of troll also goes one step further, because I received one email even from them onto my publicly available Gmail account. They sent an email though from Gmail account too, with no ability to connect them back to GWM Haval. The person's name who was mentioned in the email is not on LinkedIn network, for example. And I can't even be bothered talking to you about it. But they were basically offering some sort of partnership in terms of reviewing Tank, which I am excited about. But at the same time, there is no substance behind it. There is no follow-up. If it's for real, for a split second, if I even allow myself to think that it's a real person working for GWM Haval, marketing, they should be fired instantly, because they're not doing any service to the company. Yeah. And if you do work for GWM Haval, get in touch. I'll tell you who it is. Third and final type of the troll. It's the cherry promoter trolls, and not cherry as in a berry that you can eat, which I'm a big fan of. No, it's Chery Australia, the new brand. As you know, I have been in touch with Chery late last year, being curious about Omoda 5 car launch in Australia coming. First they said late 2022, then they said early 2023. I was in communication with one of the people in their brand, and so I actually spoke to a person working for Chery. Okay, and I was promised an invitation into the launch of Chery Omoda 5 here in Australia. Ever since then, I haven't heard from them. They disappeared. Probably my translations of the Russian mechanics disassembly of Chery Omoda videos have scared them off. Even though it was just my curiosity, I wasn't just bashing the car. It's like I go with every car. I look at them objectively. This is good, this is bad, this is what worries me, this is not, and I just had information that was available to me, so I offered it to you back then. So that is my supposition. That is why I think they disappeared. But regardless, it doesn't matter. What happens now is that Chery snuck into the market and had some soft, quiet launch somewhere, right? I wasn't invited, probably for the better. And basically now those trolls, they seem to try to pretend to represent the real customer, someone who is actually researching and is interested in Chery cars, and they either post very negative comments on those Russian disassembly of Chery Omoda videos that you can look up on my channel, kind of critiquing me as if it's my opinion on their beloved Chery brand, and you know, how dare I criticize them. And it is just Russians disassembling Chery Omoda for Russian market. Yeah, I always said that they have exorbitant, extortionist prices over there, and the car is not built for the snow, for different seasons. That's the summary of it all. For Australia, I was like, there is plenty of disclaimers in those videos where I said, hey, I'm going to see what happens really once it launches in Australia. But lo and behold, they quietly launched, and now these trolls try to take a stab at me for those videos. Those videos, my friends, are gonna stay there as they are, because they represent an objective view of how Chery Omoda at least launched elsewhere. And here, it's your guess and mine, because I haven't been invited, haven't taken a look at the car. As soon as they are actually somewhere here on the street, if they ever are, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna film it, I'm gonna have an objective opinion, and I'm going to then talk to you about the prices and other kind of stuff. So that is in case you're one of those Chery Omoda genuinely interested people, or one of the trolls. Please prepare to be banned. I'm so trigger happy these days, my patience is this small. Thank you very much for joining me today for this conversation from my office rather than in the car. What's the difference? You look at me anyway, and we talk like this anyway. So I hope you enjoyed this. Give me a like if you're a real supporter. Keep clicking the videos if you are a troll. I love the clicks. Click them, otherwise who is going to pay for my coffee? This is a specific budget for the coffee, this channel. Keep clicking, trolls. And I will be talking to you about something else, Haval, Chery, MG related, probably next week. Thank you again, and bye for now.